Hey there, guys. Chet here. If you're trying to make money with AI, you need to understand what sort of automations and agents people actually pay for. And no, I'm not talking about some complicated, super fancy AI army that's just a more complex version of Siri. What people actually want is rather simple. They want agents and automations that help them make more money. You need things that create real value for business, right? The good news is there are really only four AI solutions that you need to be thinking about. First up, something I like to call RAG agents or RAG agents, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Now, I know that sounds really technical, but it really is quite simple. These are AI tools that you can put into a company to make the AI feel like a new team member. Think of it like ChatGPT, but with access to all of the company's private info and the ability to handle tasks on their behalf. Now, what does that mean in simple terms? It means that you're connected to a smart AI, or you've connected a smart AI to the company's brain. For example, if you're working with a law firm, you can build an AI agent that has access to all of their past case files, client notes, and legal documents. Now, a lawyer on the team can talk to this AI agent and say, hey, what did we do in the Smith case from 2022 to handle a similar contract issue? The AI doesn't just guess, it retrieves the exact information from their files and gives a detailed, accurate answer. You're plugging AI directly into their system, and that is a massive value for a lot of companies. This is the most common kind of AI agent that I get asked to build, and it's because you can use it for so many different things. The simplest version is for a client who just wants a searchable database. You can tell them, just drop all of your company documents into a Google Drive folder. My system will automatically read them and organize them. Then I'll give you a private chat agent that your team can use to get instant answers about any document. Now, the more complicated systems can handle huge spreadsheets and all sorts of document types, but even the simplest form is something that a client will pay good money for because it solves a huge, frustrating problem. And that is, a lot of businesses waste hours every day just looking for the right file or the right line in an old document. This system fixes that instantly. And what's cool is that this RAG setup is also something that you can use for almost every other type of agent. For example, if you're building a content or voice agent, you're going to need a way to connect it to the company's knowledge. That's why having a strong RAG foundation is so important for AI agency work. It's like having a superpower that lets you supercharge any other project that you're working on. The whole idea of a private chat GPT for a business might sound a little silly to us, but honestly, it's a pitch that gets a ton of clients excited. Most of your clients aren't very technical, so their main experience with AI is with ChatGPT. They get it right away. So start your simple RAG. Start with a simple RAG. You can show them what it does right from the start. As for what you can charge for these, I charged $5,000 for a traditional RAG system for a client. We connected it to their Slack, and his team could talk to it right there where they were already working. That is the real power of these systems. All right, next on the list are lead generation automations. Just like RAG systems, this comes in many different forms, but at a high level. The goal is always the same. You need some kind of automation that can get lead information from somewhere. It could be grabbing people's names, emails, and company info from a place like LinkedIn. Then you need a way to enrich that information. And finally, a way to contact those leads. Here's an example. A system might find a list of potential clients on LinkedIn. Then the system goes and researches each of those companies looking for things like recent news, a new product they've launched, or even an event that they've attended. That information is then used by the AI to write a custom personalized outreach message. This message then gets put into a spreadsheet or a CRM and then sent out automatically. Now, the big picture is you need a way to get leads, right? A way to make them better with extra details, a way to contact them. The gold standard is for every single message to sound like it was written just for that one single person. It's hard to do manually, but AI makes that possible. That's the power of lead automation or lead generation automations. In terms of selling it to clients, the pitch basically sells itself. It's about lead generation. You're going to tell them, I'm going to get you more clients. This project puts clients in front of them, which leads to more money. It's probably the easiest sell out there. It also applies to any business, just like RAG. You don't have to have a specific niche for it, right? Every business lives and dies on sales, and this helps them get more sales. So again, understand it and master it. Next on the list are voice agents. Now, these come in two forms. Outbound agents are AI assistants that make calls to people, like following up on a lead. Or inbound agents, they're the ones that take calls and act as something like a receptionist. I know people who have built an entire AI agency where this is all they do. They only focus on voice agents. Let's use an example. Imagine an AI voice agent for a busy real estate office. They could have an outbound agent that calls people who filled out a form on their website and ask them a few simple questions to qualify them as a good lead before a human agent calls. Now, this saves the human agents a ton of time. Or imagine an inbound voice agent for a dental office. The agent can answer basic questions, check what appointment times are available, and even book the appointment right there on the phone. This frees up the human receptionist to focus on other tasks and make sure that no calls are ever missed. You can even set it up to only work after hours. So instead of calls being lost to voicemail, you have an agent that can pick up those calls, set those appointments, and plug everything into the CRM. Now, the nice thing about a voice agent, one of the many nice things about a voice agent, is that you can often make it a single package and say, hey, I'm giving you a voice agent that includes a custom CRM. This is an easy way to sell. You can say, you have a sales rep, a receptionist. Well, I have an AI one, and it does the same job for a fraction of the cost, and it never goes home. You're selling the outreach here, never the tech. You're not going into a call and talking about how the system prompt works. The sell is always the outcome, always the outcome. And the outcome is more clients, which means what? More money. Remember that. Now, last on the list are content creation automations. The most common kind you'll find for clients is usually something like social media, like Twitter or LinkedIn. The idea is simple. You might send the AI a topic, it does the research, and then it writes the post in the company's specific voice. It can even add images. Now, the two big selling points here are that you can make the content sound just like them, and it automates a huge part of the marketing. We aren't in the business of creating generic AI slop, right? Your sell is that you're going to give them AI content that actually sounds like them. You can do that by adjusting system prompts and giving it examples of the company's style. Marketing is obviously a huge part of any business's success, and this allows teams to automate it, especially small teams that don't have someone specifically dedicated to this very task. This can take many forms. I once worked with a client who wanted to take their Zoom town halls and have the transcripts chopped up and turned into Twitter posts. I know, kind of random, but they paid for it. And it goes all the way up to just wanting a simple stream of daily LinkedIn posts. You can also go down the rabbit hole, if you like, of video generation automations. Those are super cool and they get a lot of views, but they also have a high cost for each video. You will find that the simpler versions tend to sell the most because they are easy for the client to understand and they don't cost much. So you always want content automation in your back pocket. I don't think that it's as popular as lead generation or RAG or voice agents, but it is a valuable skill to have. Whew, that pretty much sums it up. Those are the 4 AI agents and automations that you need to understand if you actually want to make money in this space. RAG, lead generation, voice, and content. Really focus on RAG. I think that's a huge foundational element because it can apply to all of them. Everything we've talked about can have a RAG foundation that supercharges it. And then lead generation is obviously an easy sell. Automations that get you more clients lead to more money. And with voice agents, you could specialize in that completely and be just fine. Now, I've shared a lot of information with you, and I know that trying to build these systems from the ground up can feel very overwhelming. I get it. You might be thinking, how do I even start with this stuff? Or how can I possibly build something this advanced without a technical degree? Well, if you found this video useful and you want to go a lot deeper, I've got something just for you. I built a complete course inside of my school community where I teach you how to go from a total beginner to building these advanced systems by yourself. We have live calls where you can ask me questions directly, and I give you a bunch of exclusive templates and guides that you won't find anywhere else. I truly built it to be the one-stop shop for anyone who is really serious about this. So if you're ready to stop just watching videos and actually start building and selling these automations, the link to the community is in the description. All right, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, we'll see you in the next video.